Alright, so I am at the airport, strangely enough. Oh, look, the American flag. Oh, isn't there something going on in one of those foreign countries right now, or something like that, like some sort of a mini war or skirmish? Politics, I'm not too concerned with it. I mean, I know that it's something that I have to think about, especially if you're going to be traveling, not just America, but traveling the world. But yeah, how did I end up here? So I was on the bus about to get ready to go to the beach today, but I don't have my devices charged. That's the second thing. But I was on the bus and I needed to use the bathroom really bad. So I got off at the freaking airport. I got off at the airport and yeah, I'm charging on my devices now. So it'll probably be a couple hours. I'll probably so this will be like my first chance to actually get online and like YouTube, my Facebook, my social medias, check my emails, all that type of stuff. Of course, it was a big party where I was last night, and yeah, I'm in the freaking airport, and yeah, so I uploaded a video not too long ago. I'm like sitting here eating, and I see a freaking pigeon walking behind me. I was like, first I thought it was somebody's pet. Like I thought, did somebody bring their pet cat to the airport or something like that, or is it a small dog? I turned, and it's a freaking bird. Like we've all come across. I mean, there's weird things that happen. Every once in a while, like a bird will get stuck in the building or something like that. Like when I was living in Miami in the house, we had like this is a different house. Um, yeah, in our garage or our shed, there would always be like birds that get stuck in a house. So you would like walk in the kitchen and like the shed was like next to the kitchen. There would always be some damn birds stuck in the house. And you sitting there trying to catch the bird and get it out of the house. But yeah, so I actually got a brand new tablet as well. So instead of shooting videos on this phone, this older phone, which I'm gonna be looking into getting a new phone, I actually got a new tablet. Yeah, and it matches my shorts. It's like there's so many synchronicities with orange. I don't even wear orange. Like, is the sun orange? Like, I don't know. But we eating good. We chilling out. We in the AC. Looking forward to my next accommodation. I don't know what it is, but I'm usually outside for the most part. And you know the crazy thing, and I might try to find that video and I'll repost it onto YouTube or repost it onto my Facebook. This is something that I spoke into existence. Like it was crazy because it was during the COVID. It was like during the midway point through the COVID, and I was like, they trying to send these damn kids back to school after keeping them in the house, after keeping them away from school. Like the teachers don't even know what the hell they doing. I was about to drop the F bomb, but I'm trying not to curse. Even the teachers don't know what they're doing. So how do they expect like kids and their parents to know what to do? And I was having a whole lot of visionary streams of consciousness during that time. That's when I first started going through my dark night of the soul, aka spiritual awakening. And I was like, was it pre or post my breakup with my children's mother? But anyways, yeah, and I just started to go outside a lot, and I just started to feel like a lot of the energies from being outside, being out in nature, and I'm like, they make everybody fear being outside or just being around people. Like at that point, even public transportation was free down here in South Florida, which is one of our cash cows, right? Public transportation in South Florida is like one of the ways they make their money. But I think after a while, the buses were free, and but you had to wear a mask, like with anything, any store. I mean, in America, you had to have a mask to go into any store. So yeah, but during that time, I was like going back out to the parks and stuff like that, and man, I'm about to tell y'all a whole 30-minute story, but I'm gonna try to keep it short. But yeah, I was outside and I was walking around and I'm like, you know what? And I recorded. I'm like, the reason like these kids can't learn properly is because they got them cooped up in a building all day long, AC. These kids fall asleep and then they wonder why the kids don't learn anything or why the kids can't retain information and all that type of stuff. I don't even know what I was talking about because again, I gotta find that video. But I remember saying that we need teachers that need to be outside. Like we need to have teachers that are actually be willing, and I said this as a joke, that will be willing to move their teacher's desk outside and move their students outside in order to teach them, right? In order to absorb what's going on around them in nature, right? Fresh air, right? being closer to trees gives you better, fresher air, right? Because they recycle the carbon monoxide and make fresh oxygen. Or whether it's the sunlight, right? The sunlight, the vitamin D, the sun rays that they get to soak up, all that type of stuff, man. Learning, right? Again, like we think we need baby books to tell us how to, be a first-time mother or father, or how to raise our children, or even how to name our children, right? When you can witness and see all this stuff in nature, right? Even being psychic, there's things that I don't even know that I be knowing. But again, I don't know because I always was like an avid learner. I always like to learn new things. Like that's one of my things. I think once you stop learning, once you stop growing, people that like to say I'm grown, that means you start dying, right? So yeah, I like to learn something new every day. And I was just thinking, why aren't these teachers like why don't we hold class outside? And here we go, 3 years later, like literally. Funny, I'm in the airport because it's like the 1 year anniversary of when I took my vacation to Las Vegas, and I was going through Las Vegas's art scene, their art district, which is when I spent my 7 days. Oh, that reminds me of Miss Ida and the Hulu Tarot deck. Mm. Initiating myself, anyone, right? Not being afraid to take off, go on an adventure like the fool. But yeah, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, why aren't people learning? Like, why aren't people holding class outside? And then here you go, like I said, 3 years later, um, leaving my house about a year ago, and mostly for the most part, like having accommodations here and there, but like really just like being out and about, like exploring the world. Like Spirit has me on this journey for a reason, right? And yeah, I get to see so much stuff. And for the longest time, I was doing tarot reads outside. Like I would leave my house early in the morning, and I would like go to the park and just read tarot all day. And I did like a lot of tarot on the beach last year. Like even not too long ago, the last place that I was staying at, like I didn't even feel comfortable doing tarot in the house anymore. I just wanted to be outside doing tarot, even if it was hot. Now if it's raining, nah, like that's too much. But yeah, it's almost like I spoke this into existence. Like, right, if there's a void or if there's a need that needs to be fulfilled, someone has to do it, right? You want change, you have to be the change, right? These schools are no different from hospitals, right? Where do most people die? In hospitals. They're no different from these jailhouses and these prison systems, right? You ever seen the lunch? It's basically the same stuff. So it's like you get a different perspective when you're able to go outside and teach as a teacher or go outside and learn as a student, right? But yeah, so I guess I'm becoming that, or I have become that person, right? Like I would like to see myself 30 years from now. I would like to see all the people that I've come into contact with and had energy exchanges with. Like that's the whole point. Like I hate to see someone die at 28 years old because that's 20 years of life experience, right? They were born and they grew, they changed physically, mentally, and emotionally up to whatever age that they were, and then their life was either cut short or they died or whatever the case may be. God wanted them to move on from this place, right? Not to get too spiritual or religious. But yeah, um, it kind of sucks. But you get to see people's progression. So yeah, I would like to see like young women, young dudes, right? She's young and she's beautiful. I would like to see her 10, 20, 30 years from now and see how she's changed. Like young men and things like that. I would like to see how he's changed. Maybe he grew his hair out. Maybe he moved across the world somewhere. Like that's the good thing about having the same friends that I had since middle school and high school. We all changed, right? And I get to see the differences, right? No matter if other people don't notice the things, like normally you do. Normal people notice changes, but I look deeper into things, as you can tell. So yeah, like what? This person has mad tattoos now. What? You drink now? Like oh, you quit smoking? Yeah. So it's interesting. I guess I'll continue to be that traveling guru outside, out and about. You guys would be liable to catch me on top of some mountain one day or in some cave teaching and doing tarot because that's my Bible, right? And I was thinking about buying more tarot decks when I purchased this tablet, but I am gonna buy one. I'm thinking about making my own again, but yeah, I don't want to carry too much stuff around. Right, the fool doesn't carry a whole bunch of stuff around. Right, they're good and they have faith in the things. Like everything you need is inside you, pretty much. Right, so yeah, man. Again, I do want to set sail. I do want to travel the world. I do want to do a whole lot of different things that typically people that they just don't get to do, right? Or they either don't know or they don't show or they don't care, right? Like who doesn't want to see the what is that leaning tower in France, the Eiffel Tower? Like who doesn't want to see the Statue of Liberty? Like who doesn't want to see the eight wonders of the world? Like who doesn't want to go on a 7 day or a month long cruise across the ocean, right? There's some people that actually do that. Like me doing what I'm doing, there's literally people and I witnessed this last year. There's literally people that live out of airports because they literally travel and catch flights every other day or every week. And I'm just like, really? People do stuff like that? There's people that literally live their life on boats. They sold their house and they just buy boats. Now I'm still young, so I probably would like just take cruises every other like week or every other month like that, like 7 day cruises, or go to like some retreat 2 week retreat every month and just travel, travel, travel. Just see different people do different things, right? There's some people that just drive, right? They purchase Winnebagos or whatever the case may be, or just simply their car, right? They turn their car into their home, or you can see all this type of stuff on YouTube, how people live, right? And that's the thing, right? It's funny how I see people um, and they all end up in the same place. They all end up in the same place, right? Whether because it's weird because it's like, are you working? Do you have a job? You're all working pretty much, or you all. It's really the perspective because I saw this dude yesterday. He was like, I'm out here as long as the money's out here, right? Obviously trying to like sign people up for like governmental services and stuff like that. And I was like, bro, you working just as hard as all these people out here that's not working, that's just enjoying their lives, knowing that they're going to be given. But then again, I look at these people that just like to live on these government programs, and I'm like, there's just so much out there for life, so much life out there for you. And you don't need to just turn your life over and just take these crumbs that people give you. Like that's crazy. Like, I got to get out and about, right? I was standing in line with this other conscious dude a few hours ago. He was talking about how like certain cultures don't stick together. People don't know about business and stuff like that, and people will never know. I was literally standing behind him like a militant dude, just chilling. And I'm thinking to my head, this guy doesn't even know, because we could probably speak the same language. Doesn't even know I have a business to my name in the state of Florida that I've been running for the past 2 years. I talk about this stuff all the time. Like I see older women talk about spirituality and stuff like this, and I'm like, they don't even know if I start talking, I just won't stop. So I might start getting more of this stuff on camera and recorded with my new HD tablet. I've never had a tablet before. Strange, right? Um, but yeah, that's it. This video has already gone long enough. My food is cold. I got me a good plate of food today, man. That's just the thing, man. Like, I worked a number of years and I saved up enough money, and it's not enough money for me to sustain for the rest of my life. But every now and then I do like jobs and gigs, and then I have a side business that I make money off of. Like sometimes people donate, so it's like you will into existence what you will into existence. Like I said 3 years ago when I said we need teachers that are actually outside, moving around, out and about. I didn't know what that looked like. I didn't even know how that would be possible, and I turned into that person. It's crazy, right? Nothing's changed just because things may look a little different. You know, I can still throw on a suit and tie if I want to. Like right now, I have beautiful dress shirts in my bag right now. So it's like, if I want to look like $1,000,000, I can look like $1,000,000. So, but that's the thing, right? That's what's wrong with black folk, right? You want to look rich instead of actually being rich, right? Black men will fight with each other over someone scuffing or stepping on their shoes rather than, I don't know, I speak for myself, right? The only time I speak is when the Holy Spirit come over me, or I have an aha moment, or I get into like I don't know, some visionary stream of consciousness, and I want to start talking about something very deep. Then I'm like, I can't keep this to myself. I gotta share it with people. Anyways, peace.